Hi students, very warm welcome to this section. In the previous section we have studied the multiplication of decimal numbers. Multiplication of decimal number by 10, 100 and 1000, and multiplication of decimal number by a whole number, and multiplication of decimal number by another decimal number. In this section we will study the division of decimal numbers. First, we can discuss the division of decimal numbers by 10, 100 and 1000. When you divide a decimal number by 10 or 100 or 1000, what will be the quotient? For example, a number 31.5 divided by 10. 31.5 divided by 10. When you divide this decimal number by 10, we know how to change the decimal number to fraction form. So we can write this as 31.5, we can write it in the fraction form, only one decimal place. So we want to divide it by 10. So 315 by 10 divided by 10. 31.5 we write it as 315 by 10 divided by 10. We know a fraction, if you divide a fraction by a whole number, we want to take the reciprocal of the second number and multiply. So this is a fraction and this is a whole number. Take the reciprocal of the second number and multiply. So it will be 315 divided by 10 into reciprocal of 10 is 1 by 10. Now we know the multiplication of two fractions. Multiply the numerator and multiply the denominator. So it will be 315 into 1, that is 315, divided by 10 into 10, 100. Which is equal to, now you can write it in the decimal form, 315 by 100. There are two zeros, so how many decimal places will be there? There are two decimal places. So it will be, start from rightmost digit and move to the left. So it will be 3.15. So two decimal places, so 3.15. 315 by 100 is equal to 3.15. Now observe the question and the result. Here the question is 31.5 divided by 10. You got the answer 3.15. So the decimal point moves one place to the left. The point will be here. Now in the result the point will be here, that is 3.15. So the decimal point is moving one place to the left. When you are multiplying, the decimal point is moving left to right. Let us see one more example. 31.5 divided by 100. Same number if we divided by 100. Let's see the answer. 31.5 we can write it as 315 by 10 divided by 100, which is equal to 315 by 10. Take the reciprocal of 100 and multiply into 1 by 100. When you divide a fraction by a whole number, we should take the reciprocal of the second number or reciprocal of the whole number and multiply it. Then it will be 315 divided by 10 into 100, that is 1000. The fraction we know how to convert it to decimal. The denominator, it has 3 zeros. So when you are writing the decimal form, there are 3 decimal places. So 1, 2, 3. So it will be 0.315. So the number is 0.315. See the question, 31.5 divided by 100. We got the answer 0.315. So how many places the decimal point is moved? How many places to the left? 2 places to the left. When you divide it by 10, the decimal point move 1 place to the right. Sorry, 1 place to the left. When you divide it by 100, the decimal place move 2 places to the left. Then what will happen if you divide it by 1000? Same method you can follow. It is 315 by 10 divided by 1000, which is equal to 315 by 10 into 1 by 1000, which is equal to 315 divided by 10,000. That is equal to, how many zeros here? 4 zeros. So there are 4 decimal places. So it will be 0.0315, because here only 3 digits. We have 4 decimal places. So there is no digit in here. You can put the 0. So it will be 0.0315. So when you are dividing by 1000, the decimal point is moving how many places to the left? Now the decimal point is here. The answer, the decimal point will be here. It will move how many places to the left? 3 places to the left. So when you are dividing by 10, the decimal point will move 1 place to the left. Divided by 100, the decimal point will move 2 places to the left. And when you're dividing by 1000, the decimal point move 3 places to the left. So according to the number of zeros, the decimal places will move. Here only 1 zero, 1 place. Here 2 zeros, 2 places. 3 zeros, 3 places to the left. Let us see few more examples. 1.5 divided by 10 and 1.5 divided by 100, 1.5 divided by 1000. Now only we discuss when you are dividing by 10, 100 or 1000, the decimal point will move to the left. So here 1.5 divided by 10, only 1 zero. Is it? So one place, the decimal point will move 1 places to the left. So what will the answer? The decimal point move 1 place to the left. So now it will be here. So 0.15. That means there is no whole number part. You can put the 0.15. Now dividing by 100, there are 2 zeros, so decimal point will move 2 places to the right. But here only 1 place, 1 digit. There is no digit, second digit, so you should put the 0. So it will be 0.015. Next, dividing by 1000. So the decimal point will move how many places to the left? 3 places to the left. So 1, 2, 3. Here there is no digit, so you should put the 0. So 0 point, only 1 digit. We need to put 2 more zeros because decimal point will move 3 places to the left. So 0.015. Now 235.4 divided by 10. So decimal point will move 1 places to the left. So it will be 23.54 divided by 100. So decimal point will move 2 places to the left. 1, 2. So now it will be here. So what is the answer? 2.354. Dividing by 1000. So the decimal point will move 3 places to the left. So it will be now here. So 0.2354. So hope that you understand this division of decimal number by 10, 100 and 1000. Remember, when you're dividing by a 10, 100 or 1000, the decimal point will move from right to left. When it is a multiplication, the decimal point will move left to right. Now we can discuss the division of decimal number by a whole number. For example, divide 6.4 divided by 2. 6.4 is a decimal number and 2 is a whole number. Divide 6.4 by 2. You can use the usual method, change the decimal to fraction and multiply. If it is a fraction, we know how to divide. So let's see. The first method, 6.4, we can write it in the fraction form. Then it will be 64 by 10. Only one decimal point, so divided by 10. 64 by 10 divided by 2. We know when you divide a fraction by a whole number, you should take the reciprocal of the whole number and multiply it. Then it will be 64 by 10 into reciprocal of 2 is 1 by 2. So it will be equal to 64 by 20, which is equal to 2 as a common factor. So it will be 32 by 10. 32 by 10, or you can use the cutting method here. 64 divided by 2 is 32. Now you will get 32 by 10. That will be equal to dividing by 10. So decimal point will move one place to the left. So it will be 3.2. So 6.4 divided by 2 is equal to 3.2. The same you can do it. Instead of doing this, directly you can divide it. You just divide them as a whole number. Then put the decimal point in the quotient as in the decimal number. See 6.4 divided by 2. Ignore this decimal point and divide them as a whole number. So it will be 64 by 2. 64 by 2 is 3 2s are 6. Remainder 4. Then 2 2s are 4. Remainder 0. Now the quotient is 32. How many decimal places in the question? There is only one decimal place. That much you put it in the quotient. One decimal place. So start from the rightmost digit and put one decimal point. So the answer is 3.2. Let us see one more example. 8.4 divided by 4. So we can write 8.4 as 84 by 10 divided by 4, which is equal to 84 by 10 into reciprocal of 4 is 1 by 4. And in 84, how many 4s are there? 2 4s are 8. 1 4 is 4. So 21. When you can use the cutting method, 21 into 4 is 84. So 21 by 10, which is equal to 2.1. Instead of doing this, you can divide as directly. When you are dividing a decimal number by a whole number, divide them as a whole numbers and put the decimal point in the quotient. 84 by 4, that is 2 4s are 8, remainder 0. Next number is 4. 1 4 is 4, remainder 0. So the answer is 21. In 84 divided by 4 is equal to 21. In this question, there is only one decimal place. So when you are writing the answer, you should put one decimal place. Start or count from the rightmost digit and put one decimal place. So it will be 2.1. Both way you can do it. Just divide them as a whole number and then put the decimal point in the quotient as in the decimal number. Note that here we consider only those divisions in which the remainder is 0. Next, 12.96 divided by 4. Divide them as a whole number. So 1296. Just ignore the decimal point. Now just divide them as a whole number. So 1296 divided by 4. So it will be 3 4s are 12. Remainder 0. Next number is 9. 2 4s are 8. Remainder 1. Next number is 6. 16. 4 4s are 16. Remainder 0. So here we got 324. Now look at your question. There are 2 decimal places. So put the decimal point. How many decimal places in the decimal numbers? That much you should put it in the quotient also. Start from the rightmost digit and move towards the left. How many decimal places? 2 decimal places. So 1, 2, the decimal point will come here. So 3.24. So when you are dividing 12.96 divided by 4, you will get 3.24. You can verify this answer by using the fraction method. 1296 by 100 divided by 4, which is equal to 1296 by 100 into 1 by 4, which is equal to 324. When you divide this, you will get 324 divided by 100. 2 zeros, so 2 decimal places, so 3.24. Same answer. Now we are discussing about divide a decimal number by another decimal number. This much time we discuss about decimal number dividing by 10, 100 or 1000. Then we dividing by a whole number. Now we are discussing about a decimal number divided by another decimal number. See, 25.5 divided by 0.5. Both are decimal numbers. So very easily you can solve this using the fraction. So when you are change the decimal into fraction, the number will be 25.5. We can write it as 255 by 10 divided by 0.5. We can write it as 5 by 10. Only one decimal place. Now we know how to divide a fraction by another fraction. You should take the reciprocal of the second fraction and multiply. So your answer will be 255 by 10 reciprocal of second number, that is 10 by 5. Now you can, all these numbers are whole numbers. Very easily you can find the answer. Here 10 and 10 cancelled. 255 by 5. How many 5s in 255? 5 5s are 25. 1 5 is 5. So 51 into 5 is 255. So the answer is 51. See, when you divide two decimal numbers, we got the answer 51. Same question, you can do it in another way. This is 25.5 divided by 0.5. Is it? Here, the denominator is a decimal number. So, change the decimal or convert the decimal number to a whole number. If the denominator is whole number, we can divide the numbers. If it is a decimal number, it's very difficult to divide it directly. So, first you convert the decimal number to the whole number. To convert this decimal number to whole number, you should multiply. Here the decimal point will move one place to the right. Then only you will get a whole number. Is it? So to getting as a whole number, you should multiply the denominator by 10. The denominator multiply by 10. With the same number, you multiply the numerator also. What you are given in the denominator, same you should give to the numerator also. So multiply the numerator and denominator by 10. So which is equal to 25.5 into 10. The decimal point will move one place to the right. So 255 divided by 5. So what you will get? 255 by 5 is, it's a whole number, both are whole numbers. So very easily you can divide. So the answer is 51. Both way you can find the answer. You can use the fraction method or directly you can. But remember, you should change the denominator as a whole number. To make the denominator as a whole number, you should multiply the number with the 10 or 100 or 1000. That is according to the number of decimal place. If there is only one place, you should multiply by 10. If there are two places, you should multiply by 100. If there are three places, you should multiply by 1000. Next question. 7.75 divided by 0.25. Here a decimal number is dividing by another decimal number. You can see there are two decimal places in each decimal number. Total there are 4 decimal places. Here also 2 decimal place and here also 2 decimal place. Now when you are dividing this, first of all we can write 7.75 divided by 0.25. Denominator is a decimal number. Change or convert the decimal number into whole number. To getting a whole number, the decimal point will move 2 places to the right. Then only 25.0 will come. To getting that, we want to multiply this number by 100 because there are 2 decimal places, so you should multiply by 100. So when you multiply the denominator by 100, with the same number you should multiply the numerator also. So numerator and denominator are multiplied by 100. Both are multiplied by 100. So which is equal to 775 divided by 25. We know the multiplication of decimal number by 100. We know that when you are multiplying a decimal number by 100, the decimal point will move 2 places to the right. So the answer will be 775 divided by 25. So now we can do the division. We know how many 25 is into 775. First 77, there are 3 times. 25 into 3, 75. So 7 minus 5 is 2. Next number is 5, 25. 125 is 25. Remainder 0. So the answer is equal to 31. Same you can do it using the fraction method. Which is convenient for you, you can use that method. This is the easy method. Very easily you can get the answer. If you are using fraction method, first you change the decimal into fraction form. So 775 by 100 because there are 2 decimal places. So divided by 100. Dividing by 0.25 we can write 25 by 100. Now, to fraction division, take the reciprocal of the second fraction and multiply. So, 775 by 100 into 100 by 25. 100 and 100 is cancelled. Then 775 by 25 which is equal to 31. Both way you can answer this question. Let's see the next question. 3.96 divided by 0.4. First decimal number contains 2 decimal places. Second one, there is only 1 decimal place. So 3.96 divided by 0.4. Here denominator is a decimal number. There is only one decimal place. In numerator there are two decimal places. But we want to convert the denominator into a whole number. So you should multiply by 10 because there is only one decimal place. So you can multiply this denominator by 10. By which number you are multiplying this denominator, the same number you should give to the numerator also. But here there are two decimal places. That is not a matter. By which number you are multiplying the denominator, with that only you should multiply the numerator also. So multiply the numerator also by 10. Don't multiply by 100. What is given in the denominator, same number, use it in the numerator also. So numerator and denominator multiply by 10. So it will be equal to 3.96 into 10. So the decimal point will move one place to the right. So it will be 39.6 divided by 0.4 into 10. The decimal point will move one place to the right. So the answer is 4. Now a decimal number is dividing by a whole number. We know how to divide a decimal number by whole number. You can divide them as a whole number and put the decimal point in the quotient. So it will be 396 divided by 4. Or you can directly keep it 39.6 you can write. And how many 4s in 39? 9 4s are 36, remainder 3. And next is decimal point. Put that decimal point in the quotient. Then write the next number, that is 6. Now 36, 9 4s are 36, remainder 0. So what is answer? 9.9. Or you can divide as a whole number. Last you can put the decimal point in the decimal quotient. Here only one decimal place, so put one decimal point in the quotient. The same you can do it using the fraction also. So which is convenient for you, that method you can opt. The next one is 27 divided by 0.03. A whole number is dividing by a decimal number. So you can write it as 27 by 0.03, which is equal to, or you can see the denominator is a decimal number, convert it into whole numbers. To getting a whole number, there are two decimal places, so you should multiply by 100. So multiply the numerator and denominator by 100, which is equal to 27 into 100, that is 2700 divided by 0.03 into 100. So the decimal point will move two places to the right. So the answer is 3. Is it correct? The point will move two places to the right. So 3.00 will come. So the answer is 3. So 2700 by 3, that is equal to 27. 3 9s are 27. So 900. While dividing a decimal number by another decimal number, you should convert the denominator as a whole number, then divide it. So children, hope that you understand this section. Here we discuss division of decimal number by 10, 100 and 1000. Then we discuss a decimal number by a whole number. Just divide them as a whole number and put the decimal point in the quotient. Then we discuss about the decimal number by another decimal number. You just convert the denominator as a whole number and divide it. Or you can change it to fraction. Both the decimal numbers change it to fraction and divide it. We know how to divide two fractions. Take the reciprocal of the second fraction and multiply. Both way you can do it. Today you should read textbook and do your worksheet. Your worksheet is exercise 2.7. So first you complete 2.6, 2.5 and 2.6. Study that multiplication thoroughly. Then you study division of decimals. Then afterwards you write that exercise 2.7.